Hey YouTubers, it's Valerie with Money Mindset Coach, and I just want to talk to you today about mortgages. I did get something in the mail, and any of you who have mortgages, you may have gotten this too, where there was a shortage in your escrow. And so what I decided to do was pay the shortage of $741. So I sent that in, and it didn't get there by March 1st. So I went to the website, talked to one of those live agents, in the chat box over here. And basically, she told me, she said, oh no, she said, when it comes, she said, we'll credit it to your escrow account. And then the payment that you were supposed to have, which went up a little bit, I was going up from $572 to $606, then that'll adjust and it'll show that. So they got my $741, and I saw it come out of my bank account. And then I got this email saying, thank you for your payment, which made me think, okay, it didn't get credited the way that it was supposed to. So sure enough, I had to go to work today. So I got off early, came home, got on their website. Sure enough, it showed $741 going towards my March payment and an additional principal of $74. They didn't credit it to my escrow account. So that just tells me that there are so many things that we all need to keep track of. We can't just think. We cannot just think that because that live agent told me it was going to be credited that way, that it was credited that way. So he said he was able to move the funds over, and it will show up in my account in 3 to 5 business days. So I am not going to make my March payment until I see that the amount is what it's supposed to be. I'm not going to do it. So that's just the thing. And the other thing, this all comes down to keeping track of stuff. And I'm a big tracker. I track my money. I look at my bank account every day. I have a planner, and I keep track of a lot of stuff. But I like that. I have a calendar that hangs on the wall. I just am a person who does that. My boyfriend thinks I'm crazy. Like, why do you have to keep track of everything? But I feel it's very important. The other thing that I am going to buy, because there are certain things that I feel is important. I've been a little concerned about the tires on my car. I did find out there's a number on your tire. There's a DOT letters, and then there's a series of numbers, and those last 4 numbers will tell you the week and the year that your tires were made. That's important, because the fact is, I love the YouTuber, the guy, the Car Care Nut. He had a whole video last week on maintenance for beginners. I think it was good for anybody, because I've been driving for 40 years, more than 40 years, and I can always learn something new. I think all of us can. But I listened specifically because I have been concerned about my tires. Well, he brought up a good point. He said that just because the tire was made in that week and in that year, it might have been just sitting in the tire place for a while before it ever got put on your car, that's not good. It's not good for a tire to just sit there. They do deteriorate over time. They really do. But is there any way to know that? No. But he said, because you know how how you can measure. I always heard you could measure by a penny, and if you see, I've never done it. I've never quite understood it. Never done it. He says, don't even do that. He said the best way for you to know if you need to replace your tires is first know the age of your tires. Tires can last 6 to 10 years. Maybe. It all depends. What if your car sits out all the time? What if the sun is hitting one side of your car more than on the other side? There's things that the sun can do. Just like the sun can do stuff to our skin, it can do stuff to our tires too. So he recommended, and I am going to an auto parts place, which I do have one here in the town where I live. I am going to get a tire tread reader. I didn't even know they had these. I really didn't. But I am going to get one of those, and I'm going to measure the tread on my tires, because my tires will be 6 years old this September. Well, they're not 6 years old yet. So the only other thing that I need to do is I need to check the tread. If the tread is okay, then the age is okay. I will continue to drive my car and drive with those tires as long as I possibly can. That to me is a frugal thing to do. Don't replace tires that don't need to be replaced, but you will eventually have to change your tires. You're going to have to replace them. That's just part of having a car. So anyway, my tires are coming up on 6 years old. My tires, I did not put these tires on the car. My son had the car for maybe 6 months before I had it. The tires were put on by the person who had it before him, who had it for the whole life of the car. But they're Pirellis. They're Pirellis. Pirellis are good. I have always felt really good about Pirellis. My car rides nice, but the car care nut, he's really, if you want to, I watch him all the time. I watch Car Wizard, Car Care Nut, and then there's Exotic Car Play Place, that guy. I listen to him too. Those three guys, for the most part. Oh, and Scotty too. I love Scotty. But I have learned so much about car parts, tires, engines. I never really knew that there were engines that were good and engines that are not good. I didn't know that. I didn't. I thought if you bought a new car and it had a new engine in it, okay, it's a new car. Not all engines are created equal. They are not. The engine that I have in my 2011 Acura TSX is one of the best Honda engines they ever made. So I intend to drive my car for a very long time. So because I'm going to do that, there is going to come a time when I have to put tires on my car. And so now is the time to research tires, find out what ones are the good ones, price them. I did go to the Pirelli website. I even said, buy tires. I wanted to know, how much are these tires going to cost? I couldn't get anything. Very frustrating. I think what I will probably do and my youngest son recommended this, is do research. He loves to do research, so I know he will research tires for me. He knows how to figure out what the tire is, what he knows all that stuff. But he lives really close to a place that actually can put them on. And they're super good. And what you do is you buy these tires online, and then they're delivered to the place where you take the car and then they put them on. I kind of like that idea, because if you go to Discount Tire or some of these other tire stores, they're going to try, you are buying the tires from them, and then they're putting the tires on. I don't know. I think I would rather buy the tires separately and then take it to a place and have the tires put on. Now, I could probably have the tires put on right here in the town where I live, where I take it for oil changes and everything. And I do think the next time I go in and get a oil change, I'm going to ask them, because I'm thinking they do this tire tread thing. I'm thinking they're checking the tread on my tires when I take it in there. I don't think that, Jiffy Lube and, some of those places that you just pull in. I don't trust those places. I've gone there when I really needed an oil change. When I was really needing one, I would go through one of those places. But I tell you what, they were trying to sell me everything. They said, oh, your air filter is bad. Oh, this is bad. Oh, that is bad. They check your tail lights. Well, I'm sorry, but if they could tell me that a tail light is out, it might not be. I'm not saying that they are being dishonest. I really am not saying these places are like that, but I do know that I have been asked, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Can they sell you this? Can they sell you that? I am getting an oil change, and that's it. I am not buying wiper blades from you. I am not, and actually the one where I used to live in Illinois, an AutoZone was right down the street. Right down the street. So when they told me, oh, your air filter is bad, and they wanted $30 to take it out and just slip another one in, which takes nothing. No, I'm going to go to AutoZone and I'm going to pay $11 for the same thing. I'm just saying. Some of these things are very easy. Even women can do it. And the air filter, you can do. Yeah. Now the cabin filter, that's a whole nother thing. They can be really difficult. But that's the other thing about the Car Care Nut, Car Wizard, Scotty. You can end up finding out with all of them, basically, you can end up finding out what goes wrong with certain cars, how hard and expensive some of those repairs can be, where you have no idea. Some things on some vehicles are very easy to get to. The labor will cost you less. The part will probably be the same. That's going to be the same. But labor, oh my gosh, if you can save the labor. And I tell you what, when you listen to these guys, they will tell you all the things that before YouTube, we would never know. Unless we had a husband, a brother, a son, an uncle, a relative, a friend who was a mechanic who could let you in on some of this stuff. No. These car guys on YouTube, their information is priceless. It will save you a boatload of money. That is why I am sticking myself. This is me. You can go with whatever car you want. I am sticking with Hondas, Toyotas. I don't know what I'm going to replace my car with. It's probably, I would love to find a Camry that doesn't have a ton of miles on, still has enough, not little bit, because you want a car that's actually been driven. An old car with really low miles, the car guys say don't do that. That's not good. It is not good for a car to not be driven. That doesn't mean anything good, you know? You need to have some miles on that car. You need to drive it. A car sitting all the time is not a good thing. So get a car. The most important thing is to get a car that has been very well maintained. Did the oil changes, did the tire rotations, did all the things that have to be done just in owning a car. You have a car and it's a Toyota or a Honda and it's been taken care of like that. Who knows how long that car can go? And I am in a game right now with my Acura. I am going to keep driving that car. My boyfriend wants me to get something four-wheel drive. He wants me to get something all-wheel drive because I live in a very hilly area. But I've lived here. In June, it'll be 6 years. I've done okay with having front-wheel drive. And because I live in a place that's very hilly and my house is up on top of a hill, my town, the street department, they do an awesome job. Awesome job of the roads. So I haven't had to really worry about that. Front-wheel drive has done just fine. Besides that, all-wheel drive, that's the other thing that the car guys say. If you have one tire go bad with all-wheel drive, you have to replace all four of them? That's crazy. I don't want to do that. Now, my dad always told me that if you have a blowout, you can't just replace one tire. You can get away with replacing two. You can do that. My dad was famous for taking a 40,000 mile tire and getting 60,000 out of it. He could get more mileage out of a tire because he rotated the tires so much. Yeah, he rotated the tires a lot. But anyway, the mortgage thing, it's so important. I cannot stress how important it is to look at your online banking every day. Look at your mortgage statement. It comes in the mail. I still get it in the mail, but easily when you make a payment online, and that's how I do it, I don't send a check. Who knows with the USPS when it's going to get there. Don't do that. But I pay it online. Well, within a day, maybe even 24 hours, I can look online and I can see that the payment's there. I can see everything. It's so important to make sure that everything is getting credited the way that it's supposed to. It's so important. Look at your bank, online banking every day. Actually, that reminds me, I need to call. I've been using my hands a lot. I need to call PNC because I go every month, one time, I go to the ATM machine at the beginning of the month. I went on March 1st. I think it was March 1st. And I took out my money for my miscellaneous and my food. Cash. Well, I looked at my PNC statement today, and it showed an ATM fee of $3.25. So I was taking out $300. It showed me taking out $302.25. Well, then I look farther up, and there's another ATM fee for $3. Why would I have another fee for another ATM transaction when I only took out the money one time? I shouldn't have had another ATM fee. So I'm thinking I need to call my bank about that, because I could go into Casey's where I use the ATM machine. What are they going to do? I don't know. I could show them my online banking on my phone, but I don't know why I was charged that $3, that other $3. So I ended up getting charged $6.25 for an ATM fee. Has that ever happened to any of you? Because that kind of bothers me. $3 a month for a whole year. That's money. That's my money. I'm not letting go of my money. So anyway, looking at my PNC online banking, I saw that. So I need to find out what that's all about. And it's 4:27, so who knows? I might be able to actually call them right now. So anyway, use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. If this has brought value to you, please hit subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Comment if you'd like. I would love that. Do you have any car tips out there? Have you replaced your tires lately? You know, there's so much to learn. And I think YouTube is great that way. I just love YouTube. So anyway, till next time, bye.